Hi guys, welcome down to the next video. Today we're at Elton Furze Golf Course and it's all about teaching ourselves to get better. We've actually got a PGA Pro coming down. We'll put his links in the description. We're both going to have separate lessons and hopefully get slightly better than we have been for the last few rounds.
Yeah, it shouldn't be hard, really. Should be quite straightforward for us. But
I've got some little tweaks to make. I think you've got
quite a few tweaks to make
after those last results.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Let's go.
Well, yours is quite easy actually, guys. This is good.
Yeah, good.
This is We're rebuilding Luke for him to build a sentence of strength.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things that I'm going to talk to you about very quickly, and I think we've spoken about this before, is what do you think happens when we're standing too close or too far away from the ball?
Too close, you get steeper.
Yeah, steeper.
Get shallow.
Yeah, more shallow. The general gist, okay, if your body's always going to balance, in the same way, do you know what homeostasis means?
No idea.
I'm just throwing out a force of the word.
Try and sound clever.
Yeah, I really am. Yeah. Okay, homeostasis though, this makes a lot of sense, and it makes sense as to why it's so hard to change swing faults as well. Somewhere cold, what does your body do straight away without you really asking it? It's not like you turned on a switch or you asked it to, but it starts to tense and shake. Why do you think it's doing that?
Try and keep warm.
Yeah, keep warm and increase your body's temperature to a degree where it knows. But you didn't ask it to do that, did you? You never asked.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the annoying thing. We never ask our body to do certain things, and that happens in golf. Okay, so you hit the nail on the head again. All the technical stuff you just said makes loads of sense. Swing plane changes, everything changes, certain things like that. If we're talking about the body's active balance, if I'm standing unnaturally too far away, what's my body going to do with the golf club? Is it going to bring it closer towards me or further away from me?
It's going to be shallow, so further away.
Further away, yeah. And generally, will also bring the club head and the whole club itself closer towards you as well. So you're right there, we're so far deeper, but naturally your body will bring it in because it doesn't want to come out on that plane. It's going, no, I feel better on this plane, it's comfortable. And therefore, if you're bringing the club head closer towards you, what are you going to hit? Toe side more.
Yeah.
Toe side over heel side, definitely. The face, the part of the face you're going to strike will be the toe if you're too far away because you're pulling it towards you.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, if I'm swinging too close to the ball here, what do you think happens here? Shank it, and you said steep plane, little things like this. But yeah, you said shank it because you just worked it out. If my body's too close to the club, I create space. That's the biggest one though, because your body, you think you're standing in a good position, you've swung back, and your body's gone, no, you're not, you're going to hurt yourself, so I'm going to pull it away from you, which means if we're pushing the golf club away from us, we're hitting the heel, and yes, you're right, you will shank it. So how do we create the right amount of space?
About hand width.
Yeah, about hand's width relative to what club we're hitting.
Yeah.
So if you're hitting a driver, let's recreate a hole in your head. Okay, you got the green over this side over here, and you got the tee box all the way over there. At which point do you need the fastest club head speed for that hole? Is it on the green? First one, the tee plane. So that's where we use the driver. Okay, that's why we stand an outside shoulder width so we can generate more power. Okay, but also, why should we be a full open hand's length away? Because we want to clear the space. Okay, we want that space. Like I was telling you, if you're standing too close naturally, your body's going to pull it away. With driver, it's going to get worse. Okay, so for driver, it'll be a full hand's length, just like you said, full. Now we're hitting shots from the 150-yard marker. We've just hit our driver. Should it still be? Because do we need as much speed from where we're hitting it as no? So here we go, we're going to go with a separated hand's length, not stretched out, but just with gaps between the fingers. That's what I'd like for you to do this side. That's it. Perfect. Just to always make sure you're doing that. So to make sure, you'll get into a dress position. If you'd like to do this with me, you can. It's just for future reference. When you feel good, by the next lesson, I'd rather you were too far away to a degree.
Yeah.
Okay? Right. So that's it. You basically set up as you would, just as you're about to hit. You take your right hand off, just like you just did. You then do a relaxed open hand sling because you're not on the tee box. You're hitting a mid-shot. You put it in, and if that's okay, and there's a nice gap, create room if you want to. I don't mind if there's a little bit of a millimeter, but in effect, you don't want to have to force your hand to go less to make it shorter, because obviously you are too close now. Okay, so that's it, relative. And just to fill it up, if you were on the green, do you need a very fast swing? So that's why we say a closed hand's length. Okay, so you can see around the green, it's about a closed hand's length. Mid shots, just gaps between the fingers. Driver is full extension right here. That is because of the club head speed you need for the shot. The hard, but you just giving yourself more space. I don't mind if by the lesson you're standing too far away, that is way better already. But you're going to feel very strange hitting it. You will get used to it. But you can see also why that is the equivalent reason as to why you lost distance.
Yeah.
Because your body would have slowed down a little bit when it got through. It didn't want to hit yourself. Create distance, and even when you've done it, I'd go back like a little millimeter too. Excellent. You are now creating space, and that's why your balance is going to get a little bit shady.
Okay.
So you were mentioning that your balance was off as well, because you went upright and just standing too close. Okay? The good thing is we're hitting this nice, clear, straight power fade. You will clear through properly, okay? There is one more thing I want to try with you, but I think this is quite clear and good enough at the moment. So far 3 for 3 at target, that's pretty decent. How's the strike being on the thin side?
Thin, yeah.
So remember what we were talking about in terms of the swing path.
Yeah.
So if you're hitting it in to out with a draw shot, you'll typically fat it if you go too far. Okay, and then also if you are hitting it with a thin shot, if you start going further, you start hitting the top of it. So when you're hitting thin shots, you might have been. Not as bad as Luke. Sorry, I didn't want to say it. No, but Luke's gone to the point where he's past that too much, and now he's literally hitting the top of the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, you are at one step before that, or 2 steps before that, where you're hitting a decent shot. It's just slightly skinny. Extension problems, which is basically right, coming back. This is where he was before. Okay, standing back and just coming into it that way.
Trying to get power, isn't it?
That's
it. Doesn't help.
And we all do, because it's another intermediate to advanced mistake. You know, you see it on YouTube again or something like this, but you note or see that they always talk about that's it, using the ground. Use the ground to your advantage, and you should. So naturally, when people first hear they should use the ground, they go straight up, and you can see how much I've suddenly raised my whole head. Therefore, I'm going to raise that club head at least a couple of inches, so you can see he's going to hit the top. If he therefore thinks that he's staying sat down at all costs, there's multiple ways to look at it. But one of the safest ones I've found is if you think about it this way, the chest is pointing down right now. Okay, this is what I told you about. Chest is pointing down right now. Okay, when you go back, the chest sort of goes about here. Okay, but the extension move, you'll notice that when you go up, your chest is now sort of pointing straight out in front of you. It's not looking over the ball anymore. Okay, so the fix for that is to feel that you're here, really take note of where your chest is pointing, because you're just basically going to go back and go back into that position. Okay? In effect, because you're used to extension, you'll feel like you're doing something like this, but it won't be the case. So the extension looks like this, and you were standing too close like this. So you're going back, into the ground, and that shot comes out. Looks familiar? Okay. Just because of that move, using the ground, and like I said, I love the fact that you guys use the ground, but you want to use it this
sideways.
Exactly. But if you just think chest there comes back to where it was, the chest is here, I swing back, and I just bring my chest back down, then you should be able to rotate as well. There's chest, chest up, chest back down. Is it? See?